60 Minutes. Rewind.
Walter wasn't the best anchorman there ever was for me. He was my friend. Walter and I met in London in 1944, covering the 8th Air Force. I liked Walter from the first time I ever met him, and we often ate together on Fleet Street in London, where our offices were only 2 blocks from each other. Walter wasn't just someone I knew casually either. When I was suspended from CBS many years ago for some inappropriate remarks I made, Walter called me that day and said, "I'd like to use whatever residual goodwill I have with the American people by being seen at dinner with you tonight." For many years, Walter would invite us to join him and Betsy on his sailboat Winty. Once, while we were sailing in Maine several years ago, we tied up near a little village, and Walter and Betsy went into a country store. This strange-looking character comes up to Walter and asks him a question. Walter was always polite to his fans, and with Betsy standing there, Walter said, "Oh, sure, we've met several times. We're not really close friends. I talk to him once in a while." Walter and Betsy then went outside. Betsy says, "Did you hear who he asked you about?" Walter, who didn't hear very well, said, "No, I didn't." "Well," Betsy said, "he asked if you knew Jesus Christ." He was a great anchorman in the news business because his greatest contribution was not his knowledge or his expertise, as great as those were. It was his steady holding to what was most important. Every writer, every newsman or woman who's worth anything secretly hopes he or she will have some good influence on the world. It's a preposterous wish, of course, but my friend had it. If it can be said about any individual in our business that he's been a force for good in the world, Walter Cronkite was that person.